Hopefully you can see that, ladies and gentlemen. It's a rainbow just peeking over the trees there. Don't expect a crock of gold at the end of this one. I don't know where it ends, but Moscow's a crock of gold wherever you look. And I've just come out for a walk. The reason why the rainbow's here, of course, is because, as you see the telly tower down there, the reason why the rainbow's up there is, of course, because we've now had 2 days of incessant rain, which has just stopped at about, well, the afternoon of today, Saturday. That's the weekend. It's actually City Day, and for half a City Day it also rained. I think really it was raining for 2.5 days. I had to stay in anyway, even after the rain stopped. There's balloons going up in there because of City Day. Walking not far from VDNH, because I live not far from VDNH, but I'll be going there later. I decided I'd come out for a walk, even though, well, what's the time now? Just shortly after 7. I think I left the house at 7. I'd done half a kilometre just plodding about inside the flat. It's amazing how much you can do just plodding about inside a small flat. I had the flat owner, the owner of the flat. He's not actually a very flat person, quite rounded in fact, although I'm a fine one to talk about that. But the flat owner, he came and helped me with a few things. I felt like a bit of an idiot not being able to change the light bulbs, but they were a bit different to the light bulbs I'm used to in Poland, so I thought I won't push it and perhaps break something. I'll get them going, get this guy come around. I've got a few things. One of the things is the toilet stinks in there, and he got the plumber in, etc., and tried to find out where this is coming from, because it couldn't be coming from me. I mean, my odcoddy smell of, violets and roses, so it couldn't be from me. But they worked out that probably one of the neighbours, but they don't know from which side, has probably got a lot of crap in their house, and it's all leaching through the pipes and the cracks into the nearby flat, namely mine. We don't know whether it's coming from the top or whether it's coming from the bottom. It didn't come with any kind of high-ranking pong tracing equipment, high tech, but not like this high-tech rocket here, which went into space. But he nevertheless worked out that it must be coming from somewhere, which was quite clever. And so, with any luck, I'll be in a position. That doesn't look as though that zebra crossing there is being respected very much by that number 73 trolley bus. Here comes the number 7. Oh, I've got 2 coming from different sides. Don't much fancy being in the sandwich between those 2. And that's the worst thing when you've got 2 coming at once. Then you've got nowhere to run. Oh, you're waiting for us, are we? Okay. As long as you don't suddenly start now. Anyway, it's a red light, but everybody's stopping. Oh, green now. And the little green man actually walks. You can see the flags on the tram. It's because of City Day. That's VDNH up there. And so today people are not working, but they wouldn't be anyway, of course, because it's a Saturday, so it's a bit of a disappointing holiday to have when you get a day off work, which you would have anyway, but never mind. At least, there are different things going on that have been organised for people. Well, it's an interesting old thing, this, but I'm not sure as to whether I'm really going to get much joy out of going down that side. There doesn't seem to be any way of crossing that as a pedestrian. This guy stopped it on this side again. Definitely going to stop long enough to get me across. Anyway, looks like you can walk down this side because there's a little track down there to walk down the side of this. Здесь нет турникетов. Все двери доступны для входа пассажиров. Because normally what it is in trams and things, you have to go in the front, and there's only one thing where you can actually get in, and you can't get in the tram unless you sort of like do your beep beep thing on your ticket, and it cashes you one journey in off your ticket, or the whole ticket if it's a one journey ticket, of course, that's clear. But these ones, some of the trams, only if they've got a sign saying so, you can actually enter in the middle door or the back door, and you've just got to make sure you then use one of these. This is just the same system as in Warsaw, you can get in any door in anything, but you've got to make sure you cash your ticket, because at any time a controller could get in, block the doors and block the ticket cashing in machines, and then check whether you've actually done it on time, and if you haven't, of course, then you get fined. So I think for a while I had that all lumped up too far to the front, and maybe you got a bit of a jerky ride there for a minute. Let's hope that it's good from now on in. Yeah, so it's just a normal walk Saturday evening. I've been doing a bit of the language work during the day. I had quite a good result, had quite a good facility to do language work today, which was good. But now I just thought, I've got to get out of the house. It's just a waste of a day with good weather, because you don't know how many of them you're going to get. Like I said, it wasn't a whole day with good weather, it just came good in the afternoon, but then I was waiting for my landlord to come back with the solutions to the various problems that he had arranged. And yeah, he was as good as gold. Oh, here we go. An irate tram. That would be a good website, wouldn't it? irate.eu. I rate you. It would also be irate in terms of I'm giving you a rating, and also I'm pretty irate. And instead of having like buttons but no dislike buttons, as in some of these very positive social media like Facebook and other things like that, you would actually, on irate.eu, you would just have a dislike button and no like buttons, and you would be ranked by how much you made other people irate. I expect I'd probably get on quite well with that one. People would probably I'd probably suddenly gain a lot more popularity. So here we go, as part of City Day. It looks like there's a lot of little tents up around this thing here. Somebody's having a wee down by the tree there by the looks of things. So enjoy. And we're going towards Hotel Cosmos. I'm not going into Hotel Cosmos, hopefully. But I wanted to go to the bookshop. That's my general destination. My favourite Moscow bookshop that, well, I suppose it's not the best necessarily, but I like it. Новый книжный magazine. That's what I tend to be buying most of my books at. And yeah, the wife asked me for something, and I'm going to go and try and get it from there. Yeah, it's just basically a jumble sale by the looks of things. Clothes being sold. There's a little gate where you can get out of it there. Lots of crowds around the outside of there, but I don't like that too much. I wasn't really coming with an idea of seeing them, but this is one of these areas where you can hardly... Oh, there's these guys again, these South American people that are going to give us the benefit of their panpipes. Poop, 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 poop. There they are, it's nice and symmetrical, that. Poop, 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 poop. Here we go. Poop, 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 poop. Poop, 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 poop. Kawamata bonga, kawamata bonga. Tau mata wakatangi hanga koa yo tamataya tori puka kapiki mongo hora noka poko wena wakatana tahu mata koe tenonura kawa mikitora. Very nice. So given that was... There's a Trisiguska or Tresoguska, and a wagtail in other words. There's lots of them in Moscow. Trying to find the way in which you go under. Or you go under the road. I think I'm going to try and get into that big metropolitan thing there and go down and see if it takes me underneath the road. Nice clocks and things around. Lots of these hopper buses, these fixed route taxi things, multi-person. Actually, hoppers were popular in Moscow long before they were in the cities like Prague and what have you, as a way of getting from the airport. In fact, you don't even have, to this day, you don't really have a hopper service in like London or Warsaw. And I think it's missing, you know, because those things are actually quite good. They're quite effective ways of travelling around. And Moscow, of course, is too overcrowded to have things in it that don't work. So maybe people should be thinking about putting services like that together. I'm not sure how profitable it would be. I think it has to be done by the city. But it's for Moscow, it certainly seems to have worked better than the monorail. Anyhow. Let me, I'll turn this off and turn it back on when I've got something sensible to say. At the moment I'm just giving you the atmosphere really. And we're about to go through an underpass which isn't exactly the epitome of atmosphere usually. That can be. Actually, you know what? We'll try it, we'll give it a go and see if there's any kind of atmosphere down there going on. Winter clothes are starting to appear on the things here. This guy wearing backwards shoes, crossing himself, big backward shoes, crossing himself. So that guy's pretending to be a kangaroo. Yeah, there is actually quite a bit of atmosphere down here, I have to admit. The whole of this side is all from one side to another, shop after shop after shop of little shops, things like battery changes. Must remember that's there. Sometimes I need to change a battery in this or that for watches and shit. Purses. So they're not so much knockoffs there, they're more just sort of local production, which doesn't mean to say they're bad. They might actually be better made than the branded ones. And of course they will be rather cheaper. There's like a kind of news agent there with various giornali for sale, and the inevitable street food. About. Oh, he's doing SIM cards. There's more clothes there, and there's street food at the end here. So yeah, that was pretty good. I'm glad I kept the thing on. Hopefully you saw that. The change in light levels didn't throw the camera. So there we have it, the old Cosmos again, an iconic view. These small bookshops and Kunstware bookshops. Yeah, I plan to go up by the main road towards the bookshop and come back by back roads behind it and do like a figure of 8 arrangement, and then go into wherever it's there to pick up my promised blin. I promised myself that I would have one blin every 2 week stay that I have here. My mind back on the video. Lots of nice little clocks all over the place. Keep an eye on the time. Yeah, so every 2 week stay, just to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, or to tell you for the first time if you're not a regular, if you just have stumbled, as they say, upon, other search engines are available. If you've just stumbled upon my video today and you're watching my shit for the first time, then welcome. I'm actually in Russia working, and I do a 2 week stint in Moscow, a 1 week in between times in Warsaw, where I actually have my family, and I don't really want to move them to Russia, even though they speak Russian and have Belarusian passports. They're doing quite well where they are, so I don't want to move them. And that means I have a week back working in Warsaw every 3 weeks, and we're putting systems in place where I can control all my audits and also do useful things like market to Russian and Polish, or Polish companies that are interested in Russia and Russian companies that are in Poland during the time when I'm in the other place. I wouldn't say that there's an inexhaustible supply of them, but there's enough for it to be a field worth ploughing. And certainly that's the place to be. And of course that means that one weekend in 3 I'm here. The week that I'm not here, I have both the weekends around it. So this is the one weekend in 3 when I'm actually here. Normally the Saturday of it I'd like to do a bit more than I've done today, but well, with the visit of the guy from the flat, I took up most of the day. So this is my sort of trip out for the Saturday, if you like. Just I want to do a lot of walking, and I walk in order to lose weight mainly, and to keep fit. I also try and walk to work or back from work or both, which is 2.4 kilometers. Probably, if I now were to look at my thing that hangs around, I wear a pedometer all the time. I'm still talking to the people here who are not my regulars. Those of you who are kind enough to watch me on a regular basis, Prospect Mira, by the way, that's where we are, will know this, but those who don't won't. I wear a pedometer, and I'm now going to guess how much I've done so far today. I think it's going to be about 2.5. Oh, it's 2.9. There we go. That's the benefit of having company. I can't believe this, but my battery's flashing red already, so I'll have to turn off and turn back on again later, or I'll lose the whole thing and I won't be able to talk to you later. Okay, it's the same walk, obviously a few kilometres on. I've been to the bookshop, and now I'm going to the exhibition centre to get the pancake, the promised pancake. And yeah, I just wanted to, I don't know how far this battery will now serve me, probably not that long, but I want to briefly brief you or about what happened in the bookshop. Well, of course, normally I have a great time in that bookshop. I buy quite a few things at once and I get a 15% discount. You don't have to buy that many books before your discount on the card goes up to 15%. I then found a gold list book, which I had already done my major purchase, so I only got a 5% one on that, but it's really nice. I'll perhaps show you another time. For actually the gold book for Gold List, it has to be a really nice book, and I got it for very reasonable money. It has slightly less than the 40 required things. It only had 38, but I suppose I can manage somehow with that. Anyhow, some pretty rich looking cars here. I was looking for Yahtzee. I've got started playing Yahtzee online, although on the place where I play, it's yourturn.com. Yahtzee is obviously it's a proprietary name. Actually, it was made up by the couple that invented the game, who were a pair of Americans, and they called it the yacht game, so they end up calling it Yahtzee because they said yacht, like, and Americans they didn't say it properly because actually it's yacht, but Americans tend to say yacht, so it's called Yahtzee for that reason. So I asked whether they had Yahtzee, and she said no, I don't. What is it? And I said it's a game with 5 dice. A lady, this very old lady, in the game section, with all the jigsaw puzzles and all the different kinds of this, and I described it. I said it's got 5 dice which you throw 3 times, and you can retain as many as you like and then throw again, and you've got to try and fill up a card with 13 different options on it. If you can't fill an option, you've got to put a 0 down for that option, and then you've got to try and get more points than your opponent who's doing the same thing. And she said, I know that one. I thought, oh, you do, that's good. And she showed me Ludo. I said, how many dice has this got? He said, well, there's 2 dice in this. Oh, it's not 5 then. And she looked at me and said, what do you mean 5? I said, well, that's the point. I was explaining to you earlier about how it's got 5 dice in it. And she said, oh, no, that's probably backgammon. I said, well, how many dice has that got then? And she goes, well, 2 dice. So no, this one's definitely got 5 dice. She said, well, no, it's 5 dice. What's it called again? I said, Yahtzee. Actually, online it's called Boatsy, because of the boat instead of the yacht. That's basically it's a tip of the hat to the origin of the name of the game, but it's a proprietary name, so they called it Boatsy. If you want to play me at Boatsy or Triple Boatsy, please find Uncle Davey on itsyourturn.com and play me. I'm always encouraging people to do that. I don't know if anybody's done it, because they haven't said that they... I've had some people challenge me out of the blue, but they haven't said it's because they know me on YouTube. So I don't know whether it's just a coincidence, but by all means do so. And or backgammon or any of the things you see that I play. And I said, and she said, well, where does it come from, this Yahtzee? Is it like Japanese or Chinese, some one of those games like that? I said, no, no, it's actually American. And then she said, I don't want to play any American games. Well, I said, well, it's not a political game. You know, nothing's going to happen to you. It's not going to start bombing Syria. She said, no, it's American. I'm not going to play it. I'm never going to play any American game. So I don't know where she thinks Ludo comes from. Anyhow, we're here. And I'm going to get my pancake in a minute. Very good. Excellent. Unfortunately he left before I could give him any money. I've only got any Polish coins left in my pocket anyhow, but I thought it was very good for a first attempt.